strategies. So pre-award strategies to prevent these post-award issues. And if it isn't clear already, the most important thing, in my opinion, is communication. So this is open communication between lots of different people, certainly between the PI and their department administrator, but also between the departments and the school level, depending on how your organization is structured, and central offices. Now, we three are coming from larger institutions, and I also just want to take a moment to fully appreciate and recognize the fact that many of the colleagues joining us today might be from other types of institutions, or I know that when I worked at a smaller research portfolio institution, and you have to be the jack of all trades, and that presents its own challenges. So in a larger institution where you have so much more volume, and it is important to have those specialists there, people that you can call on to be experts. But I know there's many institutions out there as well who they just don't have that. And depending on their portfolio, they have to know a lot about a lot. So the communication channels, regardless of the situation that you find yourself in and at whatever level that you are working in, it's so important to know who the players are and to know what each person's role is, and to make sure that you're all on the same page. So often in my position and in previous ones, the biggest issues that we see are when there is poor communication or lack of it, and people are making assumptions about, of course they knew this, or how could they not know this? And if anything, especially if we're in a remote world, as many of us find ourselves in, we have to be intentional with our communication. No one should ever assume that someone has the same background information. And if you're repeating yourself, then so be it. At least someone has it then twice. I err on the side of over communicating is my advice to people. And so, that really means don't consider yourself working in a silo. We are a team. And one of the things that even Anne mentioned about, even looking at audits of other institutions and seeing what we can learn from each other. Those other institutions are likely also your collaborators. The more that we can all be more compliant, the better, the more we can all be compliant. And that's just a fact. So I don't want my collaborator having a bad audit report. So the more that they can learn, the more that I can learn. And I don't want to be considered a bad collaborator or a bad partner, subrecipient or a direct sponsor.